Welcome back to 21 Minute Reads with me, Maya D. In these 5-minute videos, I share with you my 3 takeaways from my current reading, which is The Black Dancing Body by Brenda Dixon Gottschild. As a part of the Read 21 in 21 challenge, I read 21 minutes per day, every day, as a action in mindfulness, as an action of loving myself, as a way of providing myself with some consistency in an ever-changing world. This week I read pages 105 through 126, and here are my 3 takeaways. Takeaway number 1, the mark of Ham. What's in a name? Well, Juba is a name that was given by slave masters to musicians and to dancers that they felt had a certain level of artistry. Master Juba, the name given to Henry William Lane, signifies that he was the top, the utmost of this style. This style is connected to Guiba, a style that through the Middle Passage comes to America and the Americas in different places and takes on its own variations depending on where it lands, because it's then informed by the bodies that are already there. But what I want to go to is remembering Master Juba, remembering Henry William Lane, remembering that this person was able to physically traverse the world in a time that was difficult for travel, but remembering his body as the place where different forms and different people come together. Through his artistry, we find what we now know to be hip hop and tap and jazz. His body was the place where these different forms, these different groups of people, right? Because he was born in and lived in the 5 Points of New York. So it's a place where we find a diverse population coming together. And through his artistry, through his body, these different cultures come together, blend together, and create what we have today. So making sure that we remember his name, because he is identified as being one of the singular most important artists of the 19th century. So we want to remember his name. Another name that we want to remember takes me to takeaway number 2, James Brown. So if you look at this book, it's entitled, or you see the subtitle, A Geography of Coon to Cool. And I think that really reminds me of James Brown. James Brown, because his music, his spirit is and was a place that was opposite of the dominant culture, right? His body, his music style, and he also becomes a person that those first generation of hip hoppers look to for inspiration, because he is the embodiment of success at that time, right? He is the embodiment of everything that the dominant culture says, not really, but he uses every aspect of that, not really, those less valuable, less desirable things to make a successful career that spans several generations, and that people today still look to and nod to his artistry. My third and final takeaway is a quote from BDG, from Brenda Dixon Gottschild, and I'm going to read. I titled this one, Mask Up. Beneath the burnt cork and reddened lips were human beings, artists of great talent. How to reconcile the mask. Now, although the minstrel show is not still put up, there are no more productions of the minstrel show here in the United States. The notions that were created and perpetuated during the minstrel show still pervade our lives, still pervade media. Hence the significance of Camille A. Brown's Mr. Tolerance and Spike Lee's Bamboozle. The outsider can tell and take on your moves, use them to perpetuate ideas as a medium and tell people who you are. But then as a person in this black dancing body, as a person in this brown body, I have to don the mask and do 2 to 3 times the work just in order to be considered an artist. And then do 4 to 5 times the work for my body to be recognized as a body, as a human body. There's an issue with this. And I hope that you are open for discussion. I hope that you drop some of that discussion in the comments. I hope that you like this. I hope that you visit me again so that we can continue to make virtual community and just speak about these ideas. Once again, my takeaways. What are your takeaways?